After successfully attempting to acquire a new pastor with experience, seminary graduate James A. Maddock was assigned as our 11th pastor. He was ordained and installed on 18 July 1982. He and his family lived in a rented parsonage at 212 Ellis Avenue. After renting for 1 year, a true parsonage was purchased at 1006 Fishlock Avenue for the cost of $64,000. The summer of 1982 proved to be a busy one. The adult choir got new life under the direction of Sue Maddock, Vacation Bible School was revitalized, and a fellowship club was organized. Immanuel decided that its support of Christian education should be expanded in 1984 and came to the conclusion that it would support payment of tuition for its children attending Lutheran grade school in Genera. Also, a nursery was established in the basement, and a Wednesday morning Bible study was started. The 45th anniversary celebration was held with the Reverend Richard Starr of Worthington, Ohio, speaking. God richly blessed Immanuel with the enabling of the parsonage mortgage being paid in 1986. New lighting illuminating the exterior of the church was added in 1985. A pre-kindergarten class added to the Sunday school curriculum, and a new recorder choir, a junior youth group, Thursday evening Bible study, and a church library committee was formed. In 1987, Phase 1 of the church expansion plan was completed since the parsonage was paid off ahead of schedule. 1989 capped off a year-long celebration of the 50th anniversary of Immanuel that started in 1988. It also realized a growth of regular worship attendance to an average of 204 and a communicant strength of 175. God's Word was working hard, and along with the steady exodus from the LCMS Church Concordia, and before long, in October 1989, 2 Sunday morning worship services were held. In April 1989, a vote was taken and unanimously passed to purchase a 5-acre parcel on Township Road 300 at a cost of $32,500. It was to be the site of our new church home. In January 1991, the congregation established the Christian Education Fund to encourage and financially assist people from our congregation to study for the preaching and teaching ministries by attending seminary. Today's guest pastor, Kevin Schnacky, is a fine example of the benefits of this fund. I'd like to call Pastor Kevin Schnacky to the podium at this time to talk to us. The following year, the parsonage was sold to Pastor James and Sue Maddock. The money from the sale helped fund Phase 1 of the building project. With a new church being built, member visits, Bible studies, all resulting in a heavy workload for Pastor Maddock. To help alleviate the burden on Pastor Maddock's time, Reverend Paul Leyenbauer was called to serve as a preaching and teaching assistant. We've received an email from Pastor Leyenbauer's wife. I'd like to read that to you at this time. Pastor Paul and Vicki Leyenbauer wish the pastor and the whole congregation a very joyful 75th celebration. We wish we could be a part of it, but unfortunately, Pastor Paul had a stroke on March 15th and is now residing in the Lutheran Haven in Oviedo, Florida, where he is in the hospital unit. Pastor could not remember the exact dates which he served, but it was from about 1994 to 1999 that he was commissioned to help Pastor Maddock, having the service for him once a month during those years. Of course, you people were so gracious to us during those years that we have always enjoyed coming to worship with you. Pastor Leyenbauer truly enjoyed those years as well, and sending his greetings at this time. May God's word reach many more hearts till we meet at our heavenly home above. God bless you all. Pastor's address at this time is Pastor Paul Leyenbauer, Lutheran Haven Nursing Home, Room 201, 1525 Haven Drive, Oviedo, Florida. P.S. Soon Vicki will also be on the church grounds in a little home at St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Oviedo, Florida. Greetings to all. 13 August 1955 brought about the dedication of the new facility By the end of that year, the early child care program was set up and the child care committee formed.
Hi, Dick. How's it going?
Remember who you are.
eyes closed.
Trust me. Is he putting fingers up behind me? From being able to be built. Don't mind.
What's over?
You've done all the work, Bill. Before you take anything out, can you hold the whole box up? That's right. Look up, Bill. Push your hat back, Bill. I have a real neat hat with a little spinner on top. Okay, thanks. If you really think that'd be appropriate,
Hey, look up. Somebody else got mine.
Okay, take it out. Let's list it as you go, so you'll be on the...
Don't worry about it. Around, fellas. Stand up by the sign.
With the help of God's blessings, Immanuel made the final payment to the contractor in January 1996. Later that year, the North Main Street building was sold and Immanuel Lutheran Preschool started. Pastor Landbauer, in 1998, informed the congregation that he was unsure of how much he could fill as the role of assistant pastor. So Pastor Edward Fry was called and installed as assistant pastor on a full-time basis. By the end of 1999, our Sunday worship attendance averaged 256 with 114 voting members. Pastor Maddock accepted a call in May, and we saw his departure in June. Let us now welcome to the podium Pastor Maddock. Then, in July, Reverend Alan Schrader was called and installed in August that year. The 1900s had ended with a new church building, a preschool established, mission and outreach programs in place, such as the Mom's Day Out program and the 5K race Run for the Prize. Assistant Pastor Fry accepted a call to Abita Springs, Louisiana. Immanuel Church was actively and excitedly pursuing its mission statement. The congregation decided it needed a new organ, and by May of 2000, the voters approved the purchase of a Rogers model number 960 along with the 64-key keyboard. The new organ was installed in August that year. New glass entry doors were installed in November at a cost of $3,500. A year later, again in November, a new boiler was installed, funded by the architect of Immanuel. And by 2002, the average worship attendance remained at a level of 223 people per Sunday. Pastor A. Schrader resigned in October 2003. Vacancy pastors Voss and Kuski shepherded the congregation until the call and installation of Reverend Robert Kruger, which occurred in June of 2004. God blessed Immanuel so much that a debt-free and three drive in the year early and a burning of the mortgage ceremony was held the 22nd of May. Pastor Kruger brought his wife and 5 kids along with him. His wife Connie became our head organist here at Immanuel, following in the footsteps of Mrs. Maddock, Mrs. Leyenbauer, Mrs. Schrader, and we are truly blessed in having such gifted wives. With many Christian-based activities to choose from, the Disciples of Christ, our youth group, 5 Bible-based studies, family movie nights, 5K race, and more, the congregation installed Pastor Mosier as a part-time assistant pastor in September 2006, followed by Pastor Ingdahl in that role in 2008. By 2009, the 5K race had ended, but a neighborhood fun fest began. With so much going on, the congregation decided in 2010 to once again try to participate in the vicar program and call a vicar to assist Pastor Kruger on a full-time basis rather than have a part-time assistant pastor. This time the call was successful, and Vicar Michael Schneider became our first vicar, installed in August 2010. He was followed by Vicar Sam Pappenfuss in 2012 and Vicar Billy King in 2013. New to this year is Vicar Bryant Lottie, and we'd like to call him up to the podium to speak to us at this time. Yes, God has been with us and continues to be with us in our efforts to share the good news. There are programs and activities such as the Japanese Christmas and Easter services, Trunk or Treat, Christmas and Easter for Kids programs, walks with the vicar canvassing, county fair booths, fellowship activities like talent, no talent shows, summer music camp, and other fellowship activities. For 75 years, through ups and downs, God has been, and we believe He will always be here for us through His Word and sacraments. We'd like to now call Pastor Kruger to the podium for some closing words and a closing prayer.